Hello, this is Greg Wagner. I just wanted to do a quick video for you guys to show you how to use the debugger in Eclipse if we're using Eclipse. So the debugger is a way to check out your code as it's running. And so you might have a little bit different header than me, but I'll show you kind of two different ways of doing this, and then hopefully you guys can work yourself through it. So I made a little bit of code that's reading the values, and what I want to do the debugger for is to show that different values are going to be set. So initially what you need to do to set a debugger is right click on the margin on the line that you want to look at. So I'm going to right click and you should see this little blue dot up here. Now what's going to happen in this blue dot is your code's going to run until it hits that point, and then at that point it'll stop and you can actually look at the values of the variables. So I'm going to show you the way that many of you guys will probably run it, if you have, especially if you have a different dashboard than me. So I have this, my files. If you right click on your file with your main file in it that you want to run, and then go debug as, and then pick Java application. So it's going to run this, and then you can see the name of your, on the top here, you can see the name of your class, and notice how the screen changes to the debugger mode. And so notice how I have a little arrow right there, and then if you right click on the icon up here, you can do step over, step into, and then also, let's see if I can add it. All right, let's see. To perspective. Well, I can't seem to find it, but basically what you need to do, if you right click on here, you can do the step into and step over and stuff like that. But also what you can do is if you hit F5, or you'll step into, which means you'll go into the method. If you hit F6, you'll step over the lines. So this way I can see scanner, I can see where the input flows and all the values. This usually with big classes like scanner, there's lots of different information here. But names should be fairly simple. So if you highlight names, you should see all the values. So there should be, I initialized 10 values right here, and then notice how there's basically 10 items in this file. So you notice I'll hit here, and then enter name, and then just hit it again, and then your file will disappear. Basically means it's going to wait for input. So I'll type in Greg, and then notice how it goes back to the top. Now if I highlight names, you'll see Greg gets filled in here. Also you can just kind of check your variables up here. So if I go to variables here, you can see all the different values. So I have names right here. So every time his name changes, this value will become red, or be highlighted, I mean. So I'll do name, and then I'll do my brother's name, Kyle. And then I'll hit enter. And then notice here how that you can click on here, you can see the names values change, and the rest are null. And so this is kind of just a brief overview of the debugger, but it's a very useful tool. The main thing is I want you to know is make sure to add the points on to the right and left here, and then the debugger runs a little bit slower. So if you're doing a big calculation, you maybe want to just do run and just use the debugger for certain things. But it's an interesting tool to use, and I hope this video is just helpful.